David Jordan is the private advisor to CEOs, specialising in creating results through strategic innovation. Welcome to this week's segment.
One of the reasons that most organisations are looking at innovation in the current time frame at the moment is to do with digital disruptors. So I think it's an issue in most boardrooms and in executive meetings at the moment is how do we defend against digital disruptors? And it's quite curious to watch some organisations saying, look, we're worried about a digital disruptor, so we need to go and get new web software to build a better web page. And at this time, it's very important for the innovation leader to actually pull back and actually ask, well, what is the reason that a digital disruptor is having such an impact on business? And when you actually look at it, digital disruptors aren't really digital disruptors, they're business model disruptors. So a very good example would be Uber, the taxi service. Now, it's not that I can go in and order a ride on a mobile app. The actual issue is that Uber is the largest taxi company in the world, and it doesn't actually own a taxi. So the business model is very different. So if the business model is different, and I'm a taxi company and I'm saying, how do I defend against this digital disruptor? Having a mobile app that allows me to order a taxi isn't going to enable me to be competitive against the digital disruptor. I have to rethink the business model. So it's very important to make sure that when people are looking at how do we innovate to protect against the digital disruptor, to actually start asking the question, how is it actually disrupting us, and actually focus on what those disruptions are. And also to think about it is to say, are we really going to go and copy their business model, or should we rethink what our business model is? And a very good example I would point to that is Flight Centre. And Flight Centre, the travel agency that we all know. If you look at the travel agency industry over the last 20 years, and go back many years ago, if I wanted to fly from Sydney to Melbourne or New York to Los Angeles, I would have actually gone and phoned up a travel agency organization who would organize the ticket for me and then courier that ticket for me. And then somebody came along with a web page, and I could order that ticket on the web page, and I never needed the travel agent to manage that. So here's a digital disruptor that has completely and utterly impacted the travel agency, a major business for travel agents. So if this digital disruptor is in, why is Flight Centre doing so successfully and still growing and having, shares are still growing quite successfully? And the reason is that Flight Centre didn't duplicate what the digital disruptors did. They focused on what the digital disruptors didn't do, and that was to look at the specialist services. So it's very easy to organize a flight ticket from Sydney to Melbourne. But if I'm saying, look, I need to fly from Sydney, I need to go to Los Angeles, then I want to go to Ottawa, and then I want to come back to Boston, and then I'm going to Denver, and look, I need to change a flight, I want to go to another place. Suddenly, the web system can't handle it. The amount of work for the person using it just suddenly blows out. So that specialist service that is what Flight Centre is focusing on. So when you hit with a digital disruptor, it's really to start looking at your business and saying, what are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? What is the digital disruptor's strengths and weaknesses? And then start actually looking how you change your business model to fit that. This is where the innovation is really important, to actually really understand it's not about technology, it's about the business model, it's about your business market.
If you don't have a copy of David's book, The CEO Innovation Blueprint, you can get that now at freeceoblueprintbook.com.au. That's freeceoblueprintbook.com.au.